Hey my beautiful Capricorn peeps, what's going on everybody? It's Ann from CancerMoonsTarot and I'm coming at you with your mid-June 2023 tarot reading. How are you? I hope all is well. I just want to mention before we start, if you're interested in personal readings, products, and so much more, feel free to check out my website, CancerMoonsTarot.com. It's going to be the first link in the description below. But how are you doing, Capricorn? Hope you guys are doing well. And let's see what's going on here for you for your mid-June 2023. So what's going to be in store here, please, for Team Capricorn? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-June 2023. What information is coming in here, please, for the lovely Capricorn? Let's go ahead and check it out, guys. What do we got going on here for you? Mid-June 2023. Starting out with the overall energy, we begin your reading here with the Four of Cups. So Four of Cups, typically a card that represents ignoring a situation, ignoring an opportunity. It can even go as far as ignoring a person here as well. Starting out with the current energy, we have here the Temperance, what you're dealing with this month, the Five of Swords, and then taking a look here at the current outcome for mid-June, we have the Hermit coming into play here as well. Excuse me for one moment, Capricorn. Thank you very, very much. So, Four Cups here, Temperance here, Sagittarius energy, by the way. You also could be dealing with a Virgo, as we have the Hermit showing up here too. Four Cups, though, to the Temperance. I think that without a situation, person, place, or thing, there's a lot more emotional balance that seems to be coming in here for you guys, coming into mid-June. Looking at what you're dealing with here, Five of Swords. Five of Swords could be a combative energy. It could be the vibe here where you feel like every time I'm around somebody, it's nothing but bad vibes. Every time I'm around somebody, maybe there's always a fight, there's always some sort of shenanigan, and it's like, that's not what I'm up for. You know, that's not what I want to deal with. I don't want to have a constant battle every time I'm around somebody's energy, whether you feel like you were having an internal battle because maybe they had a negative influence on you, maybe you were dealing with somebody who was very draining, maybe on the other hand, it was more of an external battle because the person you were dealing with may have always nitpicked, fought, or maybe there was always some kind of conflict showing up between you and someone. But I definitely feel like coming into mid-June here with the Hermit, you are taking a break here at this time from whoever this is, and it has brought in very positive results here for you, Capricorn, moving into mid-June. The Hermit card here is like, I need to step back, and I feel like it's also the wisest decision for me to make. The thing about the Hermit is that not only does the Hermit go into recluse, but the Hermit here represents Merlin in the tarot, right? And Merlin is the wisest of them all. So this is the energy of attaining wisdom. And I think that you're recognizing it is a wise choice here to take some space from a person, place, or thing. I mean, this doesn't have to be about somebody here that maybe you're ignoring. It could be about distancing yourself from a job here at this point in time in your life where maybe that a job you've been dealing with or a job you've been working for has just been a very toxic work environment. Maybe you need some space and some time to reconsider and think things over of like, is this the job for me? So space away right now, I feel, is providing a lot of clarity and eye-opening energy for you. I do think that you're starting to see that without something or someone, it is creating more peace. Okay, it is definitely creating more peace here going forward. All right, let's have a look here at the Five of Swords and clarify. Why do we have the Five of Swords? We have the Emperor coming out. We have here the Page of Swords coming out. And we also have here the Seven of Cups coming into play as well. So I'm kind of hearing that like somebody's mood here is very different depending on when you catch them. I'm kind of getting the feeling here that somebody can have the ability to be the most compassionate, loving, and amazing individual, but at the same time, they can have the ability to be the complete opposite of that. So Page of Swords, I get the feeling here that, you know, person you're dealing with here at this time, it's not even person you're dealing with at this time, it's you. Page of Swords is like, I'm hesitant to be around somebody because I don't know what I'm going to get. You know, Capricorn, I don't know if I'm going to get the great version of them, the version of them I love, or if I'm going to get the rough version that I'm not so happy with, right? So Seven of Cups, I feel like it's always a mix-up, right? Depending on what type of person you get. If it's your job, it's like, hey, we can have a really great day at work if the boss is in a good mood, or we can have a horrible day if the boss is in a bad mood, you know? So it can kind of go either way. Looking at the Emperor showing up here, you know, I do get the sense here that the person you're dealing with here or the situation you're dealing with here, Emperor card could be the energy of control. You know, you might be connecting with somebody here who is always in control, if you will, or at least tries to be. You could be dealing with a situation where you feel like you don't have power or you don't have much say because maybe who you're connecting with or what you're dealing with always seems to overrule what it is you feel. I think that that's another issue kind of showing up here that you're highlighting in mid-June is the fact that maybe you don't feel like you have any sort of say or that you feel that what is said from you is disregarded and that you immediately get overruled. It's almost like you're connecting with a judge, but that's not the case here, you know? So it's like I don't want everything to be overruled or disregarded when I speak my truth. I just want to be heard. And I think that that's maybe an issue you're having here where you're not being heard from someone, okay? Now, getting on into your challenge position, let's see what's showing up here in your challenge in mid-June 2023. Two of Cups, to stay connected, I feel, Capricorn. That seems to be the struggle and the challenge here at this time. It's to stay invested in whatever this is. If it's a personal romantic relationship, if it's a friendship, if it is relationships to family members, if it's your job, it's really hard to stay connected when the environment is so hit or miss. It can be really good once again, or it can be really shitty. And it kind of feels like there's no in between here right now, Cappy. I don't feel like there's been any sort of neutral energy between you and this situation. It's either really positive or really negative here. And it's like, I don't know how much longer I can do this. So it's hard to stay connected. The challenge here is to stay invested in what this is. Having a look here at what you can expect throughout the rest of mid-June. We have the Tower coming out. You know what? We also had here the Empress and the Chariot come out, so I'll take that as well. Taking a look here at what you can expect throughout the rest of mid-June, the Tower, the Chariot, and the Empress. Now, the Tower card showing up here represents a foundation that's very rocky and bumpy. I think every Earth sign today has gotten the Tower, believe it or not. So the Tower is coming out here for the Earth signs, which means massive time for changes for the Earth element. But either way, the Tower here represents a foundation that's rocky. You know, this tower cannot continue to stand tall for much longer unless something changes. It needs a new foundation. If the foundation of a home is shit, it can be anything that can happen that can knock that home down apart. It could be a crappy storm. It could be a tornado. At the end of the day, whatever gets thrown at it, if the foundation isn't solid, the house isn't solid. And in this situation, that's the same thing about your situation in general, right? Whether this is your relationship, your work, it's like if the foundation itself isn't solid, how could what you're dealing with be solid as well? How could your relationship be solid? How could your work be solid, etc.? So the Chariot showing up here. You want to move past this crappy foundation and you want to move into a place where you grow, right? So this is one or two things that you're looking at, Capricorn. You're like, I either need to completely move on, let go of this situation, and grow personally to a point where I'm happy, or I have to get the other person on board here to rebuild our foundation. Because it cannot continue to stand. If this is a relationship, our relationship cannot continue unless something changes, right? So the Tower can't stand unless we get a whole redo of the foundation and we build a whole brand new tower. So that's kind of where you're at here. And that's what to expect. I think that ultimately you're kind of going between both of those choices, trying to feel out what would be the best choice. Is it worth trying to rebuild this tower? Will the other person even be on board, or is it time to move on, you know? So that's kind of where you're stuck and frustrated. Knight of Cups here to the Moon card. It's like, I don't know right now. I'm trying to feel out if it would be the best move to try to move forward or if it would be the best move to completely move on. All right, Cappy. Looking at your overall outcome for mid-June 2023, what's going to be the overall outcome here for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-June 2023? What do we got? And we got here the Knight of Swords. Well, even though you may not necessarily have the direct answer just yet, one thing you do know for sure is that this month is a call to action, and action is necessary and crucial going throughout the rest of mid-June 2023. So it's like, at the end of the day, I'm going to have to make a choice. This is the time to make a choice. That's going to happen here at this mid-month point. And if it doesn't, you know, I don't think that's much of an option here, right? So Capricorn, you're like, I need to choose. Do I choose to try to work on this with them, or is it time to go? So do I stay or do I go? You will get to that point, but you will choose here, I feel, showing up in mid-June 2023. Now, I want to have a little bit of a look into the situation you're dealing with, whether it's a person, whether it's a job, whatever the case may be. Let's see why someone here is showing up as this Five of Swords. So give me some insight to Capricorn's person, or who Capricorn is dealing with, or what Cappy's dealing with. Give me some insight as to why it is the way it is. Queen of Cups showing up here. We also have here the Knight of Cups. We have here the Ace of Cups. And we have here the Fool card. You know what I'm picking up on, Capricorn? Yeah, there's genuine love here for you. There's genuine care and concern here for you. But I get the feeling here that it all goes out the window when other things emotionally affect this individual. So whether you're dealing with somebody romantically, friends, whatever, you guys get the point. I don't have to keep saying that. Whatever your situation is, you know, the moment that they have other stuff going on that stresses them out, makes them unhappy, immediately the care and concern for you, I feel, just goes out the window, because they highlight all the other negative stuff going on in their life, and then they project all that negativity right back onto you. And that's the frustrating part for you to deal with, because it's not fair, right? It's not fair for you to undergo that kind of treatment. And does this person even recognize that this is what they're doing? Does this person even recognize their behavior? 10 of Wands, King of Swords. I think that they do. I don't think they can tell you they don't. I think they do. And they're not proud of it, because 10 of Wands here says, I'm not proud of that behavior. I'm not proud of the way that I've been acting. But King of Swords showing up here, I need to get myself together. I need to work on myself. I need to fix the way I've been behaving. But it's like, have they said this before, Capricorn? And if so, how many times have they actually taken initiative to fix it? Right? Is the situation Capricorn's dealing with just talking out of their butt here, or do they mean it? 5 of Pentacles. I feel like every time thus far, they've kind of talked out of their butt and said, yeah, I'll change things. I'll fix it. But 5 of Pentacles is a card of lack. That means no change has happened here. Do they plan on making changes in the future? 5 of Cups and the 3 of Wands. Unfortunately, if change doesn't happen soon, what may end up happening is that it'll be pretty late for them to want to make changes, because they'll come to the realization that they want everything to change after they've already lost you. If it's a person that you're dealing with in love, it's like they only really get how bad they messed up when you walk away. If you leave a job, the employer and boss only recognizes they lost their best employee until it's too late. And I don't think you want it to get to that point, Capricorn, but I think that if your person here doesn't step up and take things seriously, this is a very real possibility. All right, so that's the insight that I see here so far into who you're dealing with. I mean, I think that ultimately, I'm hearing like they don't know any better, but that's the thing. It's not exactly an excuse for not knowing any better, because I get the feeling of like whoever you were dealing with, right? They project because that's an environment they were probably used to. They could have had parents that did that. So like when their parents were under high stress when they were growing up, they probably had the stress projected onto them. So like it is a trained behavior. Don't get me wrong. I think whoever you're dealing with learned this behavior and absorbed it from someone, whether it was a mom, dad, cousin, friend, whoever. But them being aware of it, because they are aware of it, 10 of Wands, King of Swords, them being aware of it and not making the change, that's not enough. You know what I mean? Like they have to actively work on this and choose to change here, Capricorn, overall. So, like I said, whether you figure out you want to stay or you want to go, Knight of Swords, an action is going to be taken here in mid-June 2023. All right, let's have a look here and see what the most important message is going to be for Capricorns to hear throughout mid-June. Keep in mind, this can resonate towards anything we talked about, or it can be completely random, but what is the most important message Capricorn has to hear in mid-June 2023? First card out is the World card. Next card out here is the Judgment, and then the last card we have here is the 2 of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like the most important message for you to hear right now is that, your life right now is not necessarily a thing to put other people in front of. I feel I'm getting the feeling, Capricorn, of where it's like you're being called and directed to focus on your life. The World card represents your world. What do you want in your world? What is going to make you happy at the end of the day? What do you deserve to have? And if you don't feel like any of what you do have aligns with that, maybe it is time for change. Judgment card here says, take time to evaluate yourself. Take time to take a look at what you deserve. And if you are receiving a situation right now in which is not what you're deserving and worthy of, is it worth it to keep that cycle going, 2 of Pentacles, or is it worth it to get what you deserve in your own world? Okay, Capricorn, so I'm getting the feeling here of having to prioritize yourself, and you should prioritize yourself, and you should prioritize what you deserve. And if it doesn't align with you, something here once again has to change. All right, what advice, sorry about that, do we have coming in here from the universe, please? Throughout mid-June 2023, what's going to be some advice coming out here for Capricorn from the universe? We have here the Devil, we have here the Queen of Wands, and we have here the Lovers. Devil card is Capricorn energy, so you're showing up here in this retrospect. Let's get one more card so we can end off this read. And we have here the 4 of Pentacles. Okay, so Capricorn, taking a look at this. In reference to advice from the universe, the Lovers, the Queen of Wands, the Devil, and the Four of Pentacles. Lover's card here to the Queen of Wands says, you are very expressive, loving, and caring towards this situation that you've been struggling to remain connected to. The Devil here represents that you have felt stuck, especially with the Four of Pentacles showing up here. You have felt very stuck for a while with these feelings of uncertainty, these feelings of I don't deserve this, these feelings of I deserve better. And mid-June 2023 is really going to be the highlight of the month, where it really brings out your frustration of like, no, something here has to fucking change. So the universe here is saying, it's time to make that change. It's time to express, Queen of Wands, what you really feel. Because I think you've been biting your tongue for too long with the Four of Pentacles. So universe is saying it's time to speak up. You know, talk to whoever you're dealing with here and say, listen, you're on the brink of losing me. With how I feel, with what I've been dealing with how you've treated me, I'm on the brink of walking away. You're on the brink of losing me. And if you want to make this tower whole and stable and beautiful, we have to be willing to have a new foundation and build a new tower. We have to be willing to cast aside the negativity that we have dealt with one another, and we have to focus on creating something balanced, stable, and wonderful. And if you're on board for that, I'm on board for that, is what you're saying here to this person. But if you're not, then it's time for me to go. And I think that by having that conversation, that's going to be the conversation that changes everything. So Capricorns, I would definitely say have that conversation. I think that it will put things into perspective for whatever you're dealing with here or whomever you're dealing with here. And that'll get the ball rolling and allowing you to know what comes next. So Capricorns, I'm wishing you the best of luck here in this situation that you're dealing with. I appreciate you guys coming out so much and tuning in. Thank you for watching your mid-June 2023 tarot reading. Like I said, at the end of everything, Knight of Swords, there's going to be an action taken this month. I do hope that it works to your favor, and I do hope that things here gratefully and amazingly improve for you as the rest of the month progresses here. But Capricorn, I love you all so much. Thank you for coming out. Have a fantastic and amazing rest of your June. If you're new here, do consider subscribing. I'd be more than happy to welcome you here into the Soul family. And of course, if you're interested in personal readings, check out my website. First link in the description below. I'll be happy to meet you guys over there. But all right, Capricorn, have a great rest of your June, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Much love, and have yourselves a good one. Peace.